Hey YouTube, today I'm just coming on here to share with you guys a few tips and tricks on how to maintain an install. I get this question a lot being a hairstylist, and especially from first time clients that don't know how to take care of a weave install. So if you're one of those people, stay tuned. First and foremost, I always suggest co-washing the hair before putting it into your head, because of the fact that let's say you do get 100% human hair, you don't know who or where it's coming from. So I suggest co-washing it, so that way if it is, if you are cautious like that about what you put into your head, you want to make sure that the hair is clean. Another thing I suggest, that let's say if you had your install in for a long time and you want to wash it, I suggest co-washing it as well, for the simple fact that you don't want to shampoo it, because shampoo will definitely strip your hair, especially a sewing, being that the hair is not growing from your hair and producing its own natural oils. Shampoo will definitely strip your install and make it feel so brittle. So only time I would suggest shampooing the hair is if you have a lot of product buildup, but then I suggest deep conditioning it right after. And with that being said, that's another thing. Stop putting products in your hair. The only products you should want to put into your install is like oil shine or a sheen shine or anything like that, but it makes absolutely no sense to sit there and put like hair growth serum and things like that onto your install, because it's not going to grow. Now if you have leave out and you want to take care of your leave out, then yeah, you can go ahead and put whichever products it is that you use onto your leave out. But as far as moisturizing your sewing and things like that, it really wouldn't make no sense unless it's like a sheen or something, so that way it can keep its nice shine. But as long as you co-wash and condition, your hair will be perfectly fine. Another thing, wrap your hair up at night. I know sometimes, especially if you're one of those that like the long extensions and things like that, you don't feel like going through the whole wrapping process, but I would suggest to wrap it at night, so that way it will stay maintained for the next day. Now, if you are one of those that don't like to, sit there and do all the wrapping, a thing that I do is I will put my hair into a bun going straight to the back, like so, like this, wrap it around into a bun, get like a little bobby pin or a scrunchie, tie it, and then put my scarf on and my bonnet, and then I'm good to go. And the next day it's still going to be good, and being that you wrapped it into a bun, it'll come out with a nice little pattern as well, instead of just being straight. So that is definitely a tip that you guys could try, if you're one of those like me that don't like to wrap their hair up every night. I also suggest sleeping with a silk or satin scarf or bonnet, because it'll definitely help keep your hair intact for the next day. Like, you don't want to sleep with a cotton scarf or anything, because it will pull the hair out, pull and yank the hair out and cause shedding towards your hair or the install. So yeah, satin and silk scarves are definitely good to have around. Another thing is invest in good hair. If you're a person that likes to reuse hair and things like that, or if you're, let's say, on a budget and don't want to have to keep buying hair after every install, invest in some good quality hair. Now, the thing about that is, it's not always guaranteed that you're going to get good hair. Sometimes it's like a gamble. You have to figure out what places have good hair, what places don't. Like, you could get suggestions from people, but just like they'll get a good batch, you'll just get a bad batch of hair from that same place. So it's always a gamble with getting hair. But like I said, investing in good hair will definitely save you a lot of money in the long run, for the simple fact that you can reuse it after each install. Just wash it and reuse it. And with that being said, stop leaving your sewings in for like months on end. The longest I suggest to leave a sew in would be 2 months, 2.5 months. anything longer is not good for your hair, for the simple fact that your hair underneath needs to breathe, and it's shedding. Notice your hair sheds every day, all day, every day. So if you're leaving an install in for months and months and months, all that dead hair that's stuck inside them braids is interacting with your hair, and then it's matting up, which can also cause breakage. So leaving your hair in for months on end is not good at all. I know people will be like, well, the install is still good, this and the third. It might still look good on the outside, but on the inside, honey, your hair needs some work. But yeah, leaving your install in for that long is not good at all. So the longest I suggest to leave an install in is the longest about 2.5 months. Nothing more than that. If you're new to getting weaves, or you know, not used to getting weaves and you don't know what kind of install to get with your hair, make sure you consult with your hairstylist. But normally, to make it easier for you, if you don't feel like going through all that, listen to your hair. If you have damaged hair, like let's say splitting, thinning, edges, things of that nature, I would say get a full install. When I say full install, that either can be like a full head, you know, with the beehive, or an lace closure. Because if your hair is damaged and you getting leave out and you have to keep constantly blending and blending and blending, then you're just adding on to the damage that's already there, and it makes absolutely no sense. So if you have damaged hair, make sure you constantly trim, and after every install, just trim and keep getting full sew-ins. If your hairstylist is good at them lace closures, then you wouldn't have anything to worry about, because I know a lot of women like to have like an install that looks nice and natural. But if your hair is damaged by constantly flat ironing and adding heat and trying to get it to blend, that's all you're doing, is just adding on to the damage that's already there. So don't be scared of getting full sewing, ladies, okay? Like I said, if you have a bomb stylist, she'll definitely hook you up. But yeah, that's all I can think of right now for the moment. But if you guys have any other further questions or things like that, just leave them down in the comments below, and I will definitely be glad to answer them in another video. But right now, that's all I can think of. Oh, I hope I answered everything that's on y'all got minds. But yeah, so I will see you guys in my next video. Deuces.